Okay, everybody, another video here today, 10/25/2016. It's Tuesday. As you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about some pretty interesting thing. I'm going to connect some dots here today, and I'm going to propose a theory, conjecture on your end. I mean, I know it's pretty much well true, but you guys might not. So it falls into the category of conjecture. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let me go about it real quick here, because I don't know if some of the newer people that are listening to these videos understand that I've been a big anti-Trump person for a long time. And to put it in a nutshell, to summarize it real quick, I just think the guy's a creep. I just think he's weird. And I've got a lot of inside stuff that I've heard about the guy. Some of the stuff I can't divulge. Some of the stuff I'm sort of going to get into here. And he's weird. The guy's a nut. Anyhow, I got an article here in front of me. Deepak Chopra. He's like a spiritual leader, philosopher, or whatnot. And I'm not saying that I'm agreeing with this Deepak Chopra guy. I'm just saying that what he's saying is very interesting, and I don't think that he's holding back. Let me get to some of the comments. And this is what he's saying about Donald Trump. He's incapable of moving beyond the emotional development of a 3-year-old. Correct? His reptilian brain is in overdrive. Chopra's saying this about Trump. Let me repeat that. His reptilian brain is in overdrive. And that's about as true as you can get. I mean, everybody at the top, anybody who's got 100 million, 200 million, a billion, they're all different. They're all demented. They've got very weird ideas about what is supposed to happen in the world, and they've got very peculiar, sick habits. And it's funny that he would come out and just go right to the core and say his reptilian brain is in overdrive. Very interesting. Chopra later describes Trump as being incapable of being centered and having no insight, no intuition, no creativity, no vision, no capacity to offer hope, trust, stability, or compassion. Correct. Now, I'm going to get back to one thing real quick. Chopra describes Trump as having no creativity. Very interesting. Very interesting. Because look at the way Donald Trump dresses. He wears the same effing suit every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. The only thing he changes is his tie. Do you always notice that within his tie there is no floral pattern, there's no artistic pattern, there's nothing to break up, just the straight, stark, one monotone color? He either wears a solid red tie, or a solid yellow tie, or a solid blue tie. He is screaming from his apparel, no creativity, no creativity. I'm boring, I'm dead, I'm done. I have a reptilian brain. That's what he's saying. Now, let me juxtapose this with someone who you can see does not have a reptilian brain by the way they dress. Go to and pull up clips on YouTube from the Chappelle Show. Dave Chappelle, from the first 2 seasons. He has a skit comedy routine, and in between the skits, he is an orator. He introduces or explains what the old skit was, and then he gets into what the new skit is going to be. Dave Chappelle. Look at how he is dressed, okay? He's dressed artistically. He's got flowing color. He's got all kinds of different designs, patterns in the clothes that he wears. Just make that analysis, because the way people dress, the way people talk, the way people act, the way people look at you, okay, describes whether they're creative or not. If you're not creative, then there's a big chance that you've got an preponderance of reptilian brain. Exactly what this Deepak Chopra is saying. Okay, the only reason why I'm analyzing this and bringing this up is because my contention is that both parties work together, Republicans and Democrats, It's just a left-right paradigm, and they work for their overlords, and they're going to do exactly what their overlords tell them to do. That's why in earlier pictures, earlier parties, earlier events, you always see Donald Trump with the Bushes. You see him with the Clintons. You see him with all kinds of these political elite who he is now fighting against. Okay, well, how can that be? Because it's a charade. They're playing roles. It's theater. But they just happen to be taking the theater into the dumpster. And I'm going to explain why they're taking it into the dumpster with all these porn star allegations with Trump. And by the way, I've heard that she actually did get paid 10 grand and he actually did sleep with her. And I'm going to get to why she's changing the story and what that's all about. Because the headline here is that Trump, Donald Trump, or the people, not him, the people that are producing the literature and the scandals and the speculation and all of these news reports about him are covering for Hillary Clinton's crimes. I'm going to repeat that. Donald Trump is covering for Hillary Clinton's crimes. Hillary Clinton is getting, and the Clinton Foundation, which implicates the Bushes as well and other political individuals and corporations, etc., is really getting thrown under the bus. There are some huge, not allegations, huge proofs that are coming out to tie her to a lot of criminal activity and provable criminal activity if they wanted to subpoena or indict her or indict people around her. I think that they could get convictions out of it. And if you'll notice, all the scandals with Hillary Clinton that have come up are very serious, very criminal, very deplorable. And what happens right after Hillary Clinton gets there? There's another email dump from WikiLeaks on Hillary Clinton. There's another scandal that breaks about Hillary Clinton. What happens the next day? Oh, you got another scandal with Donald Trump. The scandal with Donald Trump is trying to take the pressure off the scandal with Hillary Clinton. Do you see what I'm saying? They're using one another. Donald Trump is covering for Hillary Clinton. He's using his notoriety, his ability to draw feeds on the internet or Twitter or wherever, and he's diverting the attention away from Hillary Clinton's huge criminality. He's doing her a favor. That's what it is. Donald Trump is creating the smokescreen. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. And analyze this. Donald Trump ran for president, or he was a contender twice before. Twice. And he pulled out both times. He stopped running for this, that, and the other reason. Why were there no scandals that broke then about Donald Trump? Why are all the scandals breaking now? And if you notice, they're only breaking now. He's been talking about this presidential thing and doing this presidential thing for quite some time. And now all of a sudden, when Hillary gets getting thrown in the buns, now all of a sudden all the scandals are coming out about Donald Trump. And they will say, he actually gets up and says, oh, this is the Democratic National Convention that's doing it. Yeah, but you're complicit in it. You're part of the crime. It's collusion on the part of both parties to cover for Hillary Clinton. Okay? That's what's going on. And you have to understand that politics, situational politics, news, media, anything where power is involved, anything where media is involved, anything where attention is involved, they will go to no lengths. Just like the Federal Reserve and what they're doing with the banks. How they keep liquidizing the banking system by any means necessary. And all the economic masters out there, all the economic professionals out there, our jaws are dropping that they've been able to keep the system extended for that long with the chicanery, tricks, Babylonian money magic, scams, and tactics that they've been using, these economic professionals are dumbfounded. Well, it's the same thing they're doing in politics. There is no no for these people. There is no no. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger said something very interesting when he was a bodybuilder. And Arnold comes from a Nazi family, whether you guys understand that or not. Arnold Schwarzenegger was put in those positions and places from a very early age. Schwarzenegger said, if it's available, if the circumstances around, if the variable is available, why not use it? It's exactly what he said, and that's exactly what we see here. Hey, if it's possible for the Hillary Clinton campaign to go to Donald Trump and say, hey, we're going to give you $50 million if you just go along with this gig of these sexual groping allegations, these inappropriate sexual behavior allegations, we're going to give you $50 million. And we're going to play this little game here because Miss Clinton needs cover. Hillary Clinton needs a story to cover her criminality. They need a diversion. They need a smokescreen. Sure, of course. Yeah, sure. Of course he's going to go along with it. Remember, this is the guy that's been hanging out with the Clintons for years. This is the guy that said Jeffrey Epstein, before he got busted for pedophilia, was a great guy. Jeffrey Epstein really knows how to have a good time. He's telling you what's going on right in your face. And he's telling you, most importantly, that he's part of the Billionaire Boys Club. He's part of the left-right paradigm. And these guys will do anything. Remember, if it's available, why not use it? How do you think they've been able to maintain power for the last 13,000 years? Do you think that they just sit back and do nothing? Or do you think that they, think of trickery, scams, overrides, and outright criminality to maintain that position? Okay. So that's what I want everybody to think about today, is that, another thing is that people don't understand the depravity of these people and what lengths they will go to. And this is how it appears to me. This is a smokescreen for Hillary Clinton because the president's already been picked. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about anybody. And they're going to do whatever the F they want to do. And this is just another indication. Pay for play, okay? Donald Trump's doing the same thing. And he always has done the same thing. Always has done the same thing. That's one of the reasons why I was talking trash about him. I've talked trash about this guy for like 3 years. Anyhow, you guys got the point. That's enough for today. I've talked enough. What are we at? 10/25/2016. Something to think about. Thanks, guys.